don't know that I really considered myself a confident person until people started calling me a confident person. People were like, whoa, you're confident. Look at you. Confident. Pretty confident. Okay, I guess I am confident, eh? What's an antonym of confidence? Insecurity? Is that the opposite of confidence? Meh. I've always been insecure, but I think that's a natural part of being a woman in this time. Confident, though. I didn't consider myself that way. I've been reflecting on it, and a lot of the reasons that I'm confident are to do with the fact that I'm autistic. Even still, though, not every person's autism does these things. Mine even didn't do these things for a long time. But a lot of the confidence that comes from me are the parts that are not masking. When I am masking, I'm less confident. I'm like more shy and I blend in. It's my truest self that is the confident one that does the things that people are like, wow, oh, that was something to do. And so I wanted to like write them down and see what they were, because I want to talk to other autistic people specifically. A lot of autistic people struggle with social settings, where my struggles are more to do with being overwhelmed and sensory too much and a lot of planning and routine throwing off. Some people's nervousness comes from talking to others, from socializing, from confidence or from lack thereof. I wrote down some of the boys that make me confident. So let's talk about them. I would love to share them because you deserve to be fucking confident too, Barbara. I want other autistic people to hear this. I mean, anyone can take these tips. Anyone who finds them helpful can, of course, take a little tip or two. But specifically, I'm talking to autistic people here because this is an autistic specific notion. It's an autistic specific idea. Listen, I'll just talk. Just shut up, Paige. This isn't gonna work for everybody. This isn't how everyone's gonna vibe. Not all autistic people are gonna want this or need this, but if you do, hey, there's just some things that I do, or that I think, that make me just like a swaggy, autistic, confident monster. Take advice from Big Sister Paige. To give some more context, one problem a lot of autistic people face is, what is the appropriate way to do this? What's the appropriate amount of time? When do I do that? With whom do I do that with? If someone were to hug me, how long do I continue the hug for? How long do I look at someone in the eyes? When is it okay to stand up and throw my apple core into the trash? When do I start talking in a conversation? What do I wear? What time do I go? What time do I leave? Do I go talk to that person? Do I go introduce myself to that person? There are a lot of unknown social rules, right? And as autistic people, we recognize that we don't know them. I think we come out of the gate not knowing, and knowing that we don't know, a lot of us. This is incredibly common for any autistic person who learned to be a people pleaser and to worry about what others thought of them. These autistic people worry about a lot. They are highly anxious because they are constantly anticipating others' thoughts and feelings and actions and taking that in as a source to protect themselves and to mask, probably. They had to worry and think about all of those small things that it seemed like no one else had to think about, that no one else had to plan. Why did I have to plan everything I did when I was a kid? And it seemed like no other kid was planning their things. They were just doing it. It was almost like other kids had a rule book to follow that I didn't. But that's not the case at all. That's not the truth at all. They didn't get no rule book. They didn't get no lesson before they came here. Their soul does not know of what happened before they came here. The difference between autistic kids that are doing that and neurotypical kids that are not doing that. The neurotypical kids that look like they know what's going on and that they already know the rules to everything, they are just doing whatever the fuck they want. Because that's what kids do. Neurotypical kids aren't thinking about like how long is it appropriate. And they also aren't hardwired with how long it is appropriate. They just feel it. How long do I hug someone for? However long you want to hug them for. When do I stand up and throw this out? Whenever you think it's a good time to. Do I go introduce myself to that person? Do you want to? How late do I stay at the party? However fucking late you want. What do I wear? What do you want to wear? There is no rule book. Who are you asking when you ask, like, what do I do? What's appropriate? Who are you asking? Who has the right answers? Name one person that you actually trust to listen to for those answers. One person. Name the rule. There isn't one. There isn't one. There isn't one because social things don't have rules. So who are you asking? Stop it. Start asking yourself, autistic person. Be more self-centered. I swear that nothing makes you more confident than knowing yourself and your values, your personal growth. If you struggle with any of that, focus, self-confidence, even sleep and stress, Aura is a life-changing app that has worked for me. The sponsor of today's video. Aura is a new mindfulness and sleep app that recently won the Best of Apple award and is currently being used by over 7 million people. This app gives you everything you need. Wellness. All in one. Everything well-being, sleep, thousands of meditations. Find life coaching, real stories narrated, CBT, hypnosis, sleep sounds, and more content created by hundreds of therapists and expert coaches. Join in on live sessions from your favorite life coaches or therapists. There is so much variety. You know, when you go onto a meditation track and there's like 3 voices and you hate all 3 of them, there's thousands of voices to choose from. It's intelligent. It remembers what you like and gives you content that's more tailored and personalized to you. They have programs. They have like 4-day-long programs. They got 15-day-long programs where you can learn and study grief, loneliness, anger, shame. I love programs. I love that. There's podcasts. Like, guys, it's gnarly. You can go and get started completely free right now. If you go click the link down below in the description, you'll also see it here right on screen right now. The first 500 people are going to get a free trial and 25% off, which is an exclusive deal only for Paige Layle viewers. Let me know what your favorite feature is. I think mine is the programs. I think that's the coolest thing. Freaking love Aura, and I hope that you guys do too. Autism starts with the word auto, which literally means by itself, alone, one thing. Autism in some languages literally translates to being in one's own world. Think about yourself. Ask yourself those questions. Autistic people often have a hard time feeling their emotions as well. This, let me tell you, from one autistic person to another, you can get better at hearing them, listening to them-ish. But you have to practice. It's super, super hard when you're an autistic person, but a lot of non-autistic people have trouble feeling their emotions because a lot of us are taught to push them down and to intellectualize them instead. So if you vibe with that, you need to start learning to connect to your emotions. It's tough, but it exists. That means feeling the emotion in your body. Ask yourself questions and feel the answer. You should know why your favorite color is your favorite color. You are not a supernatural being, meaning you cannot read minds. I hope. It'd be really sucky if you could. But that's beautiful. Who would want to read minds? People also deserve the right to their own thoughts and their own privacy to their thoughts. Just because someone even thinks something doesn't mean that it's true or that they believe it. I have thoughts all the time. My head is constantly moving and going. I don't stick to all those thoughts. Half of those thoughts aren't even mine. I also have OCD and intrusive thoughts. And so sometimes I have thoughts that are like, murder everybody. Like, that's not me. I have never once murdered everybody. Other people also are not their thoughts either. So not only is it awesome that you can't read their thoughts, but even if you could, don't listen to them because they're probably half garbage. Thoughts are just judgments trying to protect us, right? You get to be literally delusional. You can try to make it up. You can try to think about what they're thinking, but that's useless because you're never going to know what someone is thinking. You won't know. So why are you worrying about it? Because that's who you are. Okay. But if you can literally make up any story you want about what someone is thinking about you, why do you choose to pick a bad one? Why do you choose to focus on, you know what that person is thinking? They are thinking XYZ badly about me. Nope, you are thinking XYZ badly about you, and you're projecting it onto that person. You don't know what they're thinking. They have the right to prove to you who they are and what they think as well. You also have the ability to ask questions. You don't know how someone is thinking or feeling about you? You can ask. You can. And if you're like, I don't want to, I'm scared, maybe that's because you know in your heart that they probably don't have a problem and that you are the one that has an internal problem. People who are insecure usually put their insecurities on everyone else. I've not had a lot of girlfriends, and I have a lot of girls that like don't like me. And anytime, like my whole life, anyone's ever like, why don't you like me? They've always said stuff, like I've never even talked to them and they just said stuff that didn't make sense. And I'm like, that's obviously a you thing because we've never even talked. People won't like you, and that's none of your business. I used to want everyone to like me when I was younger, when I was like a preteen. You know, I think that was like, you know, the vibe. I want everyone to like me. I want everyone to be my friend. Now, I don't want everyone to like me. I actually don't like many people. And a lot of the people like that I don't like, I would be offended if they liked me. I would be upset if some people liked me just because I don't value their opinion. Their opinion's not credible to me. I only care to impress the ones that I think are worth impressing, the ones that I want to impress. Make a list of who that is to you. And remember the other people, who fucking cares? Seriously, there are 8 billion human people on this planet. You do not need 8 billion of them to like you in order to be okay here. You need like literally maybe 100. So that's including like your job, right? 100 human beings can probably pay your mortgage for your life. As autistic people, we probably have very strong opinions. Yes. When I say my very strong opinions, they are very strong and they also are very changing. I have a lot of I don't know, what's the freaking word? Radical ideas. I always have since I was a kid. The way I think and feel about how this world should run is very different to how it runs now. And I would hope that there are people that I encounter along the way that heavily oppose me, because what that means is that there are reasons why the world is the way it is now. People are enforcing it, right? And people believe and want that. Cool. That shows me that humanity isn't just garbage and hasn't been trying. It shows that they've been actively not trying. And it also shows that I'm doing something fucking scary and right. I love when people are scared of me. I love when people fight or argue with me. Fight with me. What are you scared about? Tell me out loud. Let me also say, from one autistic person to the next, we know that neurotypical people are dumb. Like when you're like, how long do I do it? Like, what's normal? You want to listen to neurotypical people? For real. Between me and you. How many neurotypicals have you seen and have you done stuff with that you're like, wow, you know so much. I would take so much advice from you and do stuff exactly like you're doing it because you're doing it the right way and I'm doing it the wrong way. And you are so brilliant and amazing and so smart. Tell me how many neurotypical people have you seen like that? Let's be honest. Most every single person ever that I've encountered, sorry, neurotypical or not, I've been like, wow, I don't want to be like that or do it that way because that's dumb. This is also beautiful and lovely and motivating and inspires my character just the same way. But still, it furthers my point that I should fucking trust myself a little bit. We should all trust ourselves a little bit that we know what's going on. We know a little bit about what's going on. Come on. You know you do. You know what's going on. Even if you don't know what's going on, you know the right things. If you want to be like everybody else and do the things that everyone else is doing, and just like be neurotypical, okay, you don't. And listen, I love a good neurotypical. I know one or two. They're good too. They could offer things, but don't be like them. Don't assimilate like them. You were made not to. You were born to be a leader. You were born to be autonomous. You were born to defy this society. And you feel it. I don't know. I feel it. I know that I felt it since I was born. I felt my whole life that I'm not for this. That this doesn't work for me. And for a while, I thought that it was because I was messed up. Nope. It's because the world is. Be different. Don't be afraid to be different. Be different. I fucking love it. You know what happens when people are different? It inspires other people who are also different to be different. Isn't that great? And also, for any autistic person who's like not feeling confident with friends, with people in social situations or settings, don't be the here I am person when you walk into a room. Autistic people, your job, okay, when you walk into a room is to be interested, not to be interesting. You are already interesting, and you do not need to prove to anybody that they should pay attention to you. You don't need to walk into a room and be like, here I am, look at me. Hello, eyes on me, pay attention to me. Who's gonna like me? Who do I need to get to like me? That's not you. You are already interesting. And eyes going to you for those reasons, spooky dooky, not the attention that we really want or need. Be interested. I know that naturally I love people. I love strangers. I think that people are so neat, and I love meeting new people who can tell me lots about their lives. I love learning. And new people are really cool. And I'm pretty good with new people. When I go into a room of new people, I try to remember that in that room, there are a lot of people that are less confident than me. I'm sure. In that room, there's probably people who are nervous. There are people who don't know what to do or who to talk to or blah, blah, blah. There's someone who it's their first time. There are people who also feel like me. But I love people. And so I approach that with compassion. And instead of being the here I am person, I like to be the there you are person. The person who goes, hi, I see you. How are you? Tell me about you. I'm listening to you. I want to know more about you. Take it off yourself. You will be able to talk and share lots about you as you talk and share to other people. Learn about them. Then you can also find out who you like and who you don't like. If you see someone who's like shy or whatever, go talk to them. Make connections that way. Use your power of who you are and how you feel for good. People really feel so good when they are heard and seen. There's been a lot of times where I've had a there you are person to me, and those people are amazing. How many times have you guys ever had a there you are person say something to you or pull you into a conversation or be like, we were just talking about this, what do you think? And filled you in and brought you in, or like, do you want to join our group? And you were like, fucking thank you for taking me on, extroverted human. You can be that. You can be that to someone else, you little autistic weirdo, if you want to. You know, take all the pressure off you. And if you like other people, learn about them. Not even about other people, you can also learn about their experiences, their thoughts and ideas, new conversations, man, new talks, new convos. I freaking love that. Walk into a room with curiosity. Look around at different people's faces and think, first of all, I don't need to impress any of you. Second of all, I am excited to learn a thing or two about you and to see if I like you or not and if I vibe here. You will make really wonderful connections with people who appreciate that you see them. And people feel so comfortable around someone who is unapologetically themselves. I couldn't tell you how many times it's so honestly, I think it's quite strange because I'm autistic and I don't see it coming. The amount of times that I meet someone new, like a stranger, and then later that day, they are like unraveling the deepest parts of their trauma to me. And they're like, you've made me realize that I'm gay and autistic and I hate my dad. Like, bro, it's been 2 minutes. I swear, guys, it's fun. These people out there, they're interesting and cool and a little funky. But yeah, if you think any of these tips are helpful, if you try anything out and you're like, that works, I feel good, please let me know. Leave a comment below. I would love to know if anything else works for y'all. If there are more confidence-y tips that you have, even for not autistic people, these are obviously autism specific, but I mean, they can work for anybody as long as you're not offended if you're neurotypical and I called you dumb a few times. You're probably not dumb. I don't know you, okay? I'm being generic. Oh, other confidence tip? Tell the world that you're autistic online, and then you will not be afraid of anything ever again. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. I love you guys so much. Swagged out. Thank you again to Aura for sponsoring today's video, and I'll peace out and see you later. Alligator, skater, baiter. He was a skater boy. I gotta go. Okay, bye. This is the end of the video song. This video is to tell you the video's done. If you're hearing this, it's because the video's done. Go watch another one. Boop, boop. Have a good day. Love you so much. Bye.